Hello Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. I feel God most when I'm singing, Donna Godchaux once said, and for more than 5 decades, she did just that, pouring her soul into every note. Donna has passed away at age 78, leaving behind a legacy filled with love, music, and inspiration. She died peacefully, surrounded by family, after a brief illness. Born in Sheffield, Alabama, Donna started her journey early, singing backup in Muscle Shoals alongside legends like Elvis Presley and Aretha Franklin. But it was when she joined the Grateful Dead in the 1970s that her voice reached millions. Alongside her husband Keith Godchaux, she became an integral part of one of the most iconic bands in history. From California venues to the Great Pyramid of Giza, her voice helped shape a generation's soundtrack. Songs like Playing in the Band and Scarlet Begonias carried her harmonies. Raw, beautiful, honest. Fans didn't just hear her, they felt her. After stepping away from the Grateful Dead in 1979, Donna co-founded the Heart of Gold Band and later returned to the stage with the Donna Godchaux Band. Whether in a packed arena or a small studio in Alabama, she brought the same heart every time she sang. She was honored by both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and her home state's Alabama Music Hall of Fame, recognition that mattered most for what they stood for, lifelong dedication to her art. Beyond music, Donna was known for her gentleness, radiant smile, and deep Christian faith. She gave her time freely to local ministry and always praised the power of music to heal and unite. Grateful Dead's official tribute captures her spirit best. Donna brought a singular spirit and talent to the music, forever enlivening the sound of the Grateful Dead. She is survived by her husband David McKay and her son Zion Rock Godchaux, both of whom carry forward her love of music. Fans across the world now reflect on the woman whose voice once drifted through summer nights, full of grace and fearless emotion. Donna Godchaux may have left the stage, but her music and light remain. Tributes to Donna Godchaux. Number 5. Judy brought heart, humor, and history to every meeting. She didn't just love the game, she changed it, remembered longtime colleague Carol Semple Thompson. That sentiment rings true for all who knew her. Judy Bell, a champion amateur golfer and pioneering force in the sport, passed away peacefully at 89. Her influence reached far beyond fairways and scorecards. Raised in Wichita, Kansas, Judy found her swing early. At just 10, she won her first tournament, setting in motion a lifetime dedicated to the game. She won the Kansas Women's Amateur 3 years in a row and represented the U.S. in 2 Curtis Cup victories. In 1967, she shot a 67 at the U.S. Women's Open, a number that stood unmatched for 14 years. Her competitive spirit was remarkable, but her true legacy was built off the course. Judy joined the USGA as a volunteer in 1961, working tirelessly to shape its future. She became the first woman on its executive committee and, in 1996, its first female president. In that role, she transformed the landscape, championing youth programs and advocating for greater inclusion across the sport. Judy helped bring the U.S. Women's Open to the Broadmoor with record-setting success. Her presence was magnetic, equal parts strength, warmth, and wisdom. She mentored countless players, volunteers, and leaders. Her work earned her golf's highest honors, including a place in the World Golf Hall of Fame and the USGA's Bob Jones Award. She broke barriers with joy and humility, always making space for others at the table. Former USGA President Tom O'Toole Jr. called her a real treasure, and he meant it. Judy passed away following a brief illness, leaving behind family, friends, and a sport that is better because of her. She inspired everyone she met with her kindness, her laughter, and her steadfast love for the game. Her legacy will live on in every young golfer who dreams big, and every door that now stands open because she walked through first. Tributes to Judy Bell. Number 4. Marina taught us not only to create, but to question, to push, and to reimagine what fashion can be. These words, spoken by a fellow designer, capture the essence of Marina Yee, a visionary whose quiet strength shaped generations of fashion thinkers. At 67, Marina passed away peacefully after a short illness. Her absence leaves a deep silence in the world she transformed with subtle rebellion and relentless creativity. Born in Antwerp, Marina studied at the Royal Academy of Fine Arts, where she met the group that would become the Antwerp Six. With them, she helped redefine what Belgian fashion could be: bold, intellectual, and unapologetically personal. But Marina's story didn't end in collective success. She chose her own path. Leaving the spotlight behind in the late 80s, she remained devoted to craft over commerce. Her designs featured reimagined garments, found materials, and ideas that echoed across time. In 2018, she returned with the MY project in Tokyo, 5 pieces that reignited her international presence. By 2024, she received the jury prize at the Belgian Fashion Awards, celebrated especially for a gender-inclusive collection that once again placed her ahead of the curve. Known as the most elusive of the Antwerp Six, Marina was admired for more than her clothing. She shared her knowledge as a teacher in Ghent and The Hague. Students described her as generous, deeply thoughtful, and fearless in her artistic choices. Fashion magazines praised her vision. Former students praised her patience. Fellow designers mourn her absence, recognizing the quiet gravity she brought to everything she touched. Marina Yee is survived by her close family, who have remained private during this time. Her spirit lives on in her work, her mentorship, and the creative freedom she championed. She leaves behind not only garments but ideas, timeless, layered, and brave. The global design community will miss her honesty, her humility, and the way she turned imagination into statement. Tributes to Marina Yee. Number 3. Stan had this brilliant way of seeing 10 steps ahead, a former colleague once said. He didn't just fight cases, he changed the playing field. Stan Chesley, whose fearless advocacy reshaped courtroom strategy, passed away at 89 after a period of declining health. His legacy resounds through the halls of justice and the lives of thousands he helped. Raised in Cincinnati by Ukrainian Jewish immigrants, Stan worked his way through school with grit and determination. Early in his career, his representation of victims from the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire set a new standard in legal theory. Rather than blaming just one entity, he targeted an entire industry, leading to nearly $49 million in settlements and influencing building safety nationwide. Throughout 5 decades, Stan took on monumental cases, from the Pan Am Lockerbie bombing to breast implant injuries and clergy abuse cases. His work brought justice to those often overlooked. He played a central role in the landmark $246 billion tobacco settlement, ensuring countless families saw accountability from an industry long thought untouchable. His peers called him relentless, strategic, and deeply compassionate, especially to clients who believed no one would listen. Beyond the courtroom, Stan donated time and resources to humanitarian causes, supported Jewish organizations, and held leadership roles at the University of Cincinnati and the NAACP. His career did not end without controversy. A disbarment in Kentucky over mishandling client funds during a high-profile settlement led to his retirement. Yet those who knew him well still speak of his enduring commitment to justice and innovation. Stan leaves behind his wife, federal judge Susan Jade Lott, and 2 children from a previous marriage. He is remembered not just for the outcomes of his cases, but for the way he changed how justice is pursued in America. Respected, challenged, admired, complicated. Stan Chesley's story is one of ambition, passion, and remarkable influence. Tributes to Stan Chesley. Number 2, you don't lead by making speeches, you lead by example. These words echoed quietly through Setti Warren's life. Never flashy, always focused, and always walking the walk. At just 55, Setti passed away suddenly, leaving behind a legacy marked by courage, purpose, and profound service to others. He made history as the first popularly elected black mayor in Massachusetts. But those who knew him best remember his humility, his listening ear, and his deep love for people. In Newton, where he grew up and eventually led as mayor for 2 terms, Warren guided his city with spirit and clarity, focusing on fiscal responsibility, equity in housing, and the future of neighborhoods. Before public office, he served his country in the Navy Reserve, including a year-long deployment to Iraq. He also worked under President Bill Clinton, supported Senator John Kerry, and led emergency efforts across New England. His resume shone, but it was his personal connection to service that made his work meaningful. After his mayoral terms, Setti brought that same passion to Harvard. There, as executive director of the Shorenstein Center, and later as director of the Institute of Politics, he mentored rising leaders and insisted that public dialogue remain honest, inclusive, and solutions-focused. He was guided by faith, family, and a belief that everyone deserves dignity and opportunity. His warmth was unmistakable. A proud son of Newton, he never forgot where he came from, and he made everyone feel seen and heard wherever he went. Setti's loss ripples far beyond Newton and Harvard. Adam Chapdelaine of the Massachusetts Municipal Association said, "His legacy will light the way for the next generation of public servants." At Harvard, Dean Douglas Elmendorf called him a committed leader in every sense. Setti is survived by his mother, Elpidia Lopez, and his twin sister, Makita. Memorial details have yet to be shared. His life was a lesson in showing up, for community, for country, for students, for justice. To those inspired by his work and spirit, he leaves behind not just a record but a challenge, to lead with purpose, to listen first, and to serve with heart. Tributes to Setti Warren. What's trending on the internet? News 1. It's a chilly afternoon in Standish, Maine, where a community is rallying together after a tragic event on Sand Pond. Authorities say 2 men fell through the ice while out on the frozen water. Rescue teams rushed to help, pulling both men from the frigid pond. Despite their quick response, one of the men did not survive, leaving neighbors and family heartbroken. The local fire department urges everyone to use extra caution this season and remember how quickly ice conditions can change. As this close-knit town comes together, folks are finding comfort in each other and honoring the memory of a life lost far too soon, reminding us all of the importance of community and looking out for one another. News 2. Gathering in Hartshorn, Oklahoma this past weekend, folks expected nothing but excitement at the H-Town Throwdown drag racing event. Yet the community now finds itself holding each other a little closer. In a truly heartbreaking turn, 2 first responders and a devoted volunteer, who happened to be the husband of Hartshorn's own mayor Jennifer Holman, lost their lives in separate, tragic accidents tied to this event. The volunteer, 55-year-old Brent Holman, was helping set up on Friday when his life was cut short. while the two brave emergency workers responded to an accident on race day and passed while fulfilling their duty. Though the details remain gentle out of respect for grieving families, the town quickly came together, organizing candlelight vigils and prayer services to honor the memories of those who gave so much to their friends and neighbors. In times like these, the strongest bonds of a community truly shine, showing that acts of service and love never fade. Hartshorn will forever cherish the selfless spirit of Brent Holman and the first responders, remembering their courage not just today, but always in the hearts of everyone they touched. News 3. If you've ever visited a small town fair, you know the simple joy of a day spent under the big sky with friends and family. This past weekend, at the Harvest Festival in New Roads, Louisiana, just north of Baton Rouge, what began as a cheerful outing quickly turned serious. Two young girls, enjoying a ride on the Ferris wheel, went through a sudden and frightening accident when the basket they were riding in unexpectedly flipped, sending them falling 20 feet onto a steel platform below. Quick-thinking festival goers and first responders rushed to their aid, and both girls were taken swiftly to a nearby hospital, with one being airlifted to Baton Rouge for specialized care. Thanks to that fast action and the skill of local crews, both girls are now in recovery, surrounded by the support of family and a caring community. Events like this remind us of the strength and kindness found in hometowns everywhere, neighbors helping neighbors, and hope woven into even the most difficult moments. As these two brave girls heal, the heart of New Roads shines bright, showing just how communities come together in the moments that matter most. News 4. It's always a special moment when we remember those who lived with passion and purpose, and today we're sharing a story that reminds us how deeply people can inspire one another, even in the face of tragedy. In the beautiful Italian Alps, 5 climbers, including a father and his daughter, lost their lives in an avalanche. The group was made up of experienced mountaineers, all of whom shared a deep love for the mountains and the outdoors. The father, a devoted family man, was climbing alongside his daughter, a young woman known for her courage and adventurous spirit. Their names and ages have been shared with respect by their families, who ask for privacy during this difficult time. These climbers were not just adventurers, they were teachers, mentors, and friends to many. Their lives were filled with moments of joy, discovery, and connection, and their stories have touched people around the world. While their passing is deeply saddening, their legacy lives on in the memories of those who knew them and in the inspiration they gave to others to pursue their dreams with heart and determination. Communities near and far are coming together to honor their lives, remembering them not just for how they left this world, but for how they lived in it, with bravery, kindness, and a love for nature. Their stories will continue to inspire future generations to cherish every moment and to always reach for the peaks both in the mountains and in life. News 5. Some stories of survival are so extraordinary, they remind us of the strength of the human spirit. Today, we reflect on the inspiring journey of 39-year-old Vishwash Kumar Ramesh from Leicester, the sole survivor of the Air India flight AI-171 tragedy. On June 12, Vishwash Kumar walked out of a burning plane that claimed 241 lives, including his beloved younger brother, becoming the only person to survive this unimaginable disaster. Vishwash Kumar's life was forever changed in an instant, and his recovery is ongoing. He courageously shares that the emotional and physical pain remain, but he is determined to heal. With limited mobility and deep grief, he finds moments of comfort in the support of his family and community, even as he mourns the family fishing business lost in the wake of the crash. Though he spends much of his time at home in Leicester, Vishwash Kumar's story reaches hearts far beyond his community. It's not just a tale of survival, but a testament to resilience, facing each day, learning to move again, and carrying forward the memory of loved ones. As we honor those lost, let's also celebrate Vishwash Kumar's strength and the compassion shown to him by friends and neighbors. His journey reminds us all to hold our loved ones close and support one another in times of need. Vishwash Kumar will be remembered not just for surviving the impossible, but for inspiring hope in others through his courage. News 6. Hey there, friends. We've got some heartfelt news to share about a true television legend, Catherine Bach, best known for her unforgettable role as Daisy Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard. Catherine, who's now 71, recently had a bit of a health scare and was hospitalized in Los Angeles after developing an embolism following surgery. Right away, her Dukes of Hazzard family stepped up to show their love and support. Tom Wopat, who played Luke Duke, shared a sweet throwback photo and sent warm wishes for a speedy recovery. John Schneider, who brought Bo Duke to life, let fans know he'd spoken directly with Catherine and that she's on the mend. He said she's grateful for all the prayers and support, and even though she's disappointed to miss a special event, she's staying positive and strong. Catherine's impact on television and pop culture is truly remarkable. Her portrayal of Daisy Duke brought joy to millions and helped define a generation of classic TV. Over the years, she's continued to inspire with her talent and grace, both on and off the screen. We're all wishing Catherine Bach a smooth and comfortable recovery. Her legacy as a beloved actress and cherished member of the Dukes of Hazzard family will continue to bring smiles for years to come. Number 1. Sometimes redemption doesn't come in a grand gesture. It comes over years, in the quiet rebuilding of trust, a friend once said about Victor Conte. Victor Conte, who passed at the age of 75, leaves behind a legacy that's as intricate as it is unforgettable. His journey took him from the spotlight of funk stages to the heart of professional sports, as both a disruptor and later, a reformer. Long before the headlines, Victor was a talented musician playing bass for the fusion funk band Tower of Power. His stage presence was magnetic, his rhythm unforgettable. Collaborations with legends like Herbie Hancock and Sugarcane Harris reflected his deep musical roots and creative drive. But it was in sports science where he made his biggest and most controversial impact. As the founder of Godchaux, Victor's name became synonymous with one of the most seismic shifts in athletics. He developed cutting-edge, though ultimately illegal, supplements that would drive a global conversation about performance, ethics, and fairness in sport. The Godchaux scandal reshaped how entire leagues approached drug testing, but what followed was an equally defining chapter. After serving time, Victor didn't fade away. He returned, determined to apply his knowledge for good. He launched Snack Nutrition, a sports science company focused on legal training and recovery techniques. His innovative work in oxygen-based training and nutrition helped dozens of elite athletes. Victor became a mentor to champions, advocating openly for anti-doping reform and safer athlete support. Boxing became a particular passion. He worked closely with title-holding fighters like Nonito Donaire and Danny Jacobs, not just improving their conditioning, but stewarding a cleaner path forward for a sport he came to care for deeply. Victor passed away peacefully, surrounded by loved ones. His loss was felt by athletes, musicians, and many who had come to respect his journey, from controversy to contribution. Victor never claimed to be perfect, said a longtime colleague, but he wanted his story to make sports better, and he never stopped trying. He is survived by his daughter Veronica, granddaughter Abby, and his loving partner Mandy. Tributes to Victor Conte. You'd find joy in his stories before he ever told them. That's how a close friend once described Lee Weaver, and anyone who met him would agree. Lee Weaver, a beloved character actor and vibrant spirit in the entertainment world, passed away peacefully at age 95.